Hey babes, how are you all doing? Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday to you. What's going on? 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 Good to see everybody back here today again. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it because I don't want to waste everyone's time. I don't want to waste anyone's time. But yeah, so I like to read things on Reddit, and I always go to certain subreddits and just read different things. My curiosity brings me to search different things, but I usually always end up in the r/occult forum just because I like to see what's going on in there. I like to see what people are thinking, and sometimes not thinking, right? So we're going to get into these five interesting posts I found on Reddit recently. We're going to go over them, we're going to react, we're going to talk about it, right? But before we get to that, let me say shout out to the Patreon patrons, shout out to the channel Moonstones, shout out to the subbies, shout out to everyone who rocks with me. Let me come on in and um let me come on in and say hi to everyone who's here. Super Spicy Spice has been camping out. Hey, girl. Hey, D Dub. I saw you earlier. Dimples Wimples. Hey, girl. Donna, Adele, Lawana, Miss Asha. Donna says, y'all be liking so we can get our tacos next week. Yep. Hey, Kev. Mons. Be Wiser. Hey, Be Wiser. How you doing? It's up. It's up. It's up. Hey, Sleepy Bee. Y'all so silly. Y'all so silly. But I appreciate y'all, looking out for my coins. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so yeah, let me just go ahead and just pull it up. Let me just go ahead and pull it up so we can see some of the interesting things that I found. Some of the interesting things that I found. So yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So and I don't know where to start. I think I'm gonna start with I don't know where to start. We're just gonna get into it. So let me pull this screen up. Let me get it together. Let me get it together. I hope y'all are having a good day. I really do. Because I want y'all to have a good day. I want you all to have a good day. So, hey Natasha. So let me go here. Okay. So, and this is we're just gonna start here. We're just gonna go in the line in the lineup or whatnot. I post these up. So um let me make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. Now we see the title of this, right? The title is referring to miscarriage, but this isn't the focus for me with this post wasn't necessarily on miscarriage. It was on the baby, what are you doing spectrum. It was the baby, what are you doing spectrum. That's what it was, right? Because um and we're just gonna read it. We're just gonna read it, okay? This person says, hello everyone. I'd like to clarify how I'm very scarcely acquainted with occultism, albeit it has always been one of my greatest interests. Okay, so this person is interested. I get it. They said, about 5 years ago, I began to experience with energies. Maybe they meant experiment, but we're just going to take it for what it is. It just seems so that I can, without meditating for several hours or even minutes, feel energy so powerful that sometimes they make me feel drained and shaky afterwards. So I've used these energies with my tarot readings and several spells too. meaning I have my own ways and I don't follow any specific practices or books. Earlier in March, I have desperately wanted something to happen, and the idea of the spell was, quote, someone, end quote, who could help me accomplish this goal, could take one thing away from me. Sounds extremely desperate, I know. Shortly afterwards, this goal has been accomplished, and I found out I'm pregnant with my first baby. I haven't been planning. And as crazy as it sounds, it was taken away from me. I miscarried. It feels as though these two events are interconnected somehow, and I'd like to know if I'm right or wrong. If it's something I did, I'd like to know how I can use these energies to actually help myself and not create a situation that'll eventually drain me, as this goal of mine was not even as much of an accomplishment compared to what a huge loss I've experienced. If they're not connected whatsoever, I'd like to know as well. And they said, thank you. Okay, so the too long didn't read version is I want to know if a spell is connected to my miscarriage. And let me just say this, I am sorry that she experienced a miscarriage, right? I experienced miscarriage. Many women experience miscarriage. And it can be a time. It can be a time. So, I'm gonna empathize with her on that. But baby, that there are so many things wrong here. From my spiritual perspective, these are just my spiritual opinions. Girl, what is you doing? Who are you talking to? Okay. Because she says, I've used these energies with my tarot readings and several spells too, meaning I have my own ways. I don't follow any specific practices or books. So this is what I'm saying. So she asked for something to be taken away from her to accomplish a goal. And I'm not saying definitively that the miscarriage was a result of that, but you don't know who you're talking to. You did not specify, right? You did not specify, right? You didn't use your words. She did not use her words. Okay? She did not use her words and she did not specify. This is a person that is just out here willy-nilly, just doing things and hoping that something sticks. Hey, sexy Arian. This is someone that does some things willy-nilly and just hopes that something sticks. But then she asked for something to be taken away from her so that she can accomplish a goal. That is very dangerous if you do not set your boundaries, if you do not use your words correctly, if you do not say what you want and do not want. Okay. And on top of this, she's asking Reddit, which I get, she needs community right now. She needs community. She needs people to talk to. She's probably in her feelings, quite understandable. But if you're doing readings, which means you are using a divination tool, one should be able to use the divination tool, okay, to find out what impacted you, to find out what's going on. Okay. She just said she just working with energies. Baby, whose energies? Whose energies are you working with? Are you working with nature spirits? Are you working with, unknowingly, are you working with parasites? Are you working with jinn? Are you working with elementals? Are you working with, who are you working with when you say these energies? Who are you working with? And I always advocate for, please know what you are doing before you do something. Okay. Talk to your ancestors, talk to a spiritual worker that you trust. Get answers, ask questions before you start doing something. Okay. Hey, that girl Shelly. Hey, Miss Asha. Yeah, see, I don't know who she was working with. She just said that she's been working with energies for so long, and she just, she utilizes these energies, she harnesses these energies, she doesn't protect herself at all. We can see this because there's no protection. Okay, she's using these energies until she gets shaky, drained and shaky. These are her words. And then, she just out here just doing her spell work or whatever, and she's just reaching out into the abyss. She's just reaching out into the abyss. So who is she working with? Who are these energies? Where are they coming from? And people don't like when I say it. When I say foundational knowledge is good, foundational knowledge is key. Understand what you're doing. Okay. She said she doesn't follow any specific practices or books, which is fine. But there are fundamental foundational things to everything. Okay. To everything. To everything. And a lot of people want to treat doing magic and working within the spiritual realm as this willy-nilly free for all. And when people do that, a lot of times it goes wonky. It goes awry. Okay? Okay. Hey boo. You said I signed up for Hoodoo thinking it was a woman, but caught alive again and seen a shadow. We spoke. Listen, I would just suggest that you talk to your ancestors and ask your ancestors where to point you. That's because with hoodoo, it's not just any person out here. A lot of hoodoo is ancestral. It's taught via lineages. Okay, all hoodoo workings are not the same, but you ask your ancestors. Okay, I can't tell you not to learn from um a person like this. I can't tell you that. Um, I would definitely say ask your ancestors because hoodoo is not the same in every part of the country. It's not the same. There are lineages. Every family has different recipes, practices, things like that. Ask your ancestors to guide you, baby. Because hoodoo is very, very, there's a lot of ancestral veneration, and you may want to develop, talking with them to figure out what they want you to do. Um, there are some men who are great hoodoos, two-headed doctors and things like that. There are many women who are. And the thing about it is that, everything is not a book. Everything is not a book. Don't be afraid to test the spirits, and don't be afraid to ask your ancestors. That's the best advice I can give you. Um, Yeah, because there aren't a bunch of hoodoo books out here. It's not. The only one I can really, really recommend, and this is just me, is our sister, our old school sis, Zora Neale Hurston, okay, of Mules and Men, okay, back before a lot of things were just a money grab. So that's the best advice I can give you. Um, okay. Um, so yeah, this person here, if you're gonna be working with energies, if you're gonna be working with spirits, you need to know what you're doing, and don't just be calling out into the abyss. Don't just be calling out into the abyss, because if you're just calling out for anything, anyone to help you, you're probably going to get a parasite. You're probably going to get an imposter spirit. And, they're going to be like, well, you called and I was available. So, I did what you asked, right? So make sure that, like, especially if you're working with spirits, you're working with energies, you know what you're doing, you know the path. There's some research or whatnot. This is not willy nilly. You're not going to give an untrained person a firearm to play with. You're not going to give an untrained, unlicensed person a car to drive around in. You're not going to do it. Okay. Please, please, please treat magic and spirituality the same way. Please, please do it. Okay. Please do it. Please, please do it. And the people here, they were telling her miscarriages happen. And yes, miscarriages do happen. They absolutely do happen. Um, and everything is not the cause of something spiritual or evil happening, because miscarriages do happen, I am inclined to believe that she got the answer that she asked for, especially with um she didn't put any stipulations on her work, she didn't put any boundaries on her work. And sometimes and a lot of people don't want to hear this. For some people, when you have to care for other people, it can slow down you reaching your goals. It can impede you reaching your goals. For example, you may want to go to night school to finish a degree or something like that, but you also have to take care of an elderly parent, right? You go to work and then you come home in the evenings and you have to take care of an elderly parent. The time that you could, if you didn't have to take care of that elderly parent, you could possibly use that time for something else, right? And I'm not saying that caregiving is bad, but the reality is, if you're using your energy for one thing, you're not using it for something else. If you're not using your time and energy for, this, that can slow you down. Slow you down. There are many women who have said, especially women who are raising children alone, that all they really could do was, work two jobs to provide for their children, and then they really don't accomplish their dreams until their children are, like in high school or gone off to college, because now they have that time back, right? That time and energy back. And a lot of people don't want to hear, but it's the truth, right? If you are spending your time and energy doing one thing, you're not spending it on something else. Okay. So a child, it is possible that the goal that she wanted to accomplish, she wouldn't have gotten it done if she was pregnant. I mean, it's a possibility there, and it may sound terrible to some people, but this is just the truth of life, right? So again, I'm inclined to believe that it's a possibility that whatever her working was, that it gave her the answer. It manifested for her. She just didn't realize it was going to manifest like this, because again, she didn't put any boundaries on it. Okay. Whenever I do my spiritual work, I say, without any harm coming to me and my family, um, my marriage, my whatever, our finances, our stability. I put stipulations on things so that the energies and the spirits know this is where I draw the energetic line. And this is why it's good to do so. This is why it's good to really think out your workings and plan and really think about things before you start doing some work. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. Donna says, if you tell a spirit you'll give anything for a goal or to lose something, it could be anything. So be careful. Yep. Hey, Natasha. I mean, Illuminati spirits. I mean, the thing about it is, she don't know who she was talking to. She doesn't know who she was talking to. She just says she works with energy, so we don't know where these energies came from. We don't know. We don't know. She doesn't know either. She can't say, "Hey, I was working with this book and from this paradigm." So she didn't say that. She just said she just does things out here just willy nilly. And unfortunately, willy nilly is not the way to do things. Hey, the Real Brown Chronicles. Good afternoon to you too. Yeah, and this is just the fact of it. This is just the fact of it. This is just the fact of it. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. And yes, again, miscarriages do happen. But please, please, please think about things before you start doing it. All right. Okay. Kevin says, right, that's not smart at all. Yeah. We don't know what paradigm she was working in. And then again, she says she's reading tarot. She's not using tarot for divination. That's her choice, but she does have a divination tool to use to try and find things out. A lot of people just want to come to these things and play around, and it's not a plaything. It's not a plaything, right? So I mean, I do wish her the best. And I hope that she is, if she needs any counseling or therapy or anything like that from losing the baby, that she gets that. I advocate for her to go on and have, you know, another healthy pregnancy if that's what she wants. But yeah, we just can't be doing anything out here. We just can't be doing anything out here. Hey, Lovejoy. Yeah, it's not this was not smart. This is why I tell you all, please, please, please ask me before you do something. I'm not the know-it-all, end all, be all, but I can at least guide you to this or to someone else who can, potentially help you out. Because baby, this ain't it. This ain't it. So let me just close this one. Let's go here. So let's move on here. Here we are getting into um blood magic. Blood magic. So just brace yourselves, potential trigger warning if people, aren't very don't like to hear things about blood or squeamish or anything like that. Um, you know, but blood magic is very, very real. It's also very binding, depending on what you're doing. So I just have to say that. Again, a lot of people are just out here just doing things and they can do whatever they want, but just know that energetically, be careful what you ask for. I hear you, girl. I hear you, Natasha. I hear you, Natasha. But sometimes I gotta make people do what they don't want to do. And I'm fine with saying that. But I get it. That's not your path. That's not for you. I get it. But yeah, I will force someone's hand if I have to. But yeah, let's get into this blood magic. So this person says, my ex-spouse and I met each other online in 2013, and we both felt like we've known each other before we even met. Fast forward to 2015, we both ended up together, and during my birthday, we decided to get engaged. He's been having desires to share blood with me and talk about it before we were even together. I was intensely connected with him, and we both decided to share each other's blood and bonded as a ritual of our engagement. Okay. So these people are very into each other. They met in 2013. They got together or ended up together in 2015 during her birthday, and they decided to get engaged. Hey, El Boogie. And this man came and said to her, let's do the blood thing. Let's do blood. Um, let's do blood. Okay, they decided to share blood. Okay. They were intensely connected. He came to her talking about let's do the blood thing. Okay. They bonded and shared each other's blood as a ritual of their engagement. So they shared blood during their engagement. Do we see the problems already? Do we see the problems? Do we see the problems? Hey, Go Roro. Hey, Dim folks. Dimples Wimple said, Right. Stop sign, full stop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they shared blood during their engagement. All right. Okay. They go on to say these past 2 years, he's been having hardship of identity and everything in life. Okay. So hardship of identity and everything in life. I decided to kick him out of the house because upon losing himself, he thought infidelity was a good choice. The person whom he was cheating with was also a witch, so eventually all of us just became friends. Okay. I understand almost 9 years of marriage is hard to navigate, But no matter how I try to disconnect with him and his unsureness of how he stands with everything, the relationship, there are still things that bind us together. Okay. Still things that bind them together. Although I'm a practitioner, I do believe relationship area needs to work on through therapy and open communication. Okay, I'm here for the therapy and communication, but I never really know how strong blood bond in relationship is. Okay, the only other blood bond I did was with my deity, and our connection is strong. So, how strong can blood bond in couples be? Miss Anonymous said, "Girl, no. Girl, no." Okay, yeah, yeah. So go ahead and go ahead and throw up your Delulu emojis, channel members. Throw them Delulus up. Throw them Delulus up. Throw up the I am confusion emojis up because if y'all could see my face right now, okay? And you know what? Let me just let me just do something real quick. Let me do something real quick because yeah, I am confusion right now. I am confusion and I'm very much trying to I'm very much trying to um have empathy, okay? I'm very much so trying to have empathy. Um but baby, let me show y'all something. Y'all know my homie, right? The little um yeah. Let me add this in here because I am confusion. Let me add my little homie in here. This is me right now. This is me. This is my face. This is my face right now. Okay, I am confusion. I am confusion. I am confusion. Y'all see my face right here, bruh, bruh. I am confusion because how are you a practitioner, but you don't know how powerful blood magic is? Okay, Dimples Wimples with her Delulu. This is exactly why it's being normalized. Uh-huh. hmm Yeah. So Delulu, the Delulu, I am confusion right now. This is my face right now because listen, y'all know the cat. Do all the little videos that was on IG like last year and stuff. This is my homie right here, and this is my face when I look at a lot of things. And listen, no practitioner knows everything. I don't know everything. But baby, you couldn't ask your deity. You blood bonded with your deity. And you said that the bond is strong. So just a little bit of we're gonna think about this. If I bonded with my deity via blood and is strong, let's think about that in terms of bonding with my husband, especially using blood to bond during our engagement, right? Because an engagement, when you get engaged, is pretty much a promise to marry, a promise to follow out and marry. So the Delulu is real. Um, I am confusion. I am confusion. So, and listen, I love the internet. There's a lot of information out here. But you ain't even think to ask your deity. You didn't think to ask your deity. You don't know that this blood bond is strong. You don't know that blood magic can potentially cause problems. You don't know this. You don't know this at all, but you're a practitioner. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, just know that this is my face. I am confusion right now. Um, I love this baby right here too. This my homie right here because this is my face for most things. So she's asking how strong baby blood is binding. Blood is binding. It is binding. It's binding. This is why this man is having problems. He is confused. He's confused. This blood magic is real. It's real. And again, people, don't just be out here doing anything. Please, please, please don't think that this is a good idea. It's probably not. Um, so y'all are bonded in marriage. Cause see, she said she kicked him out, right? She kicked him out, but baby, he ain't gone. He is not gone. Y'all are connected through blood. You are connected through marriage. Those are two very strong spiritual ties because a wedding is nothing more than a ritual. You say, you know, you're gonna promise to this, that, and the third, but it's a spiritual ritual. It's a spiritual ritual. But she and first of all, let me just say this. If you meet someone on the street and they talking about, yeah, let's exchange blood, I'm need for you to run the other way. Run. We ain't exchanging no blood. We ain't exchanging no bodily fluids like that. We not doing it. Just, you know, this is a problem here, and I'm very, very sad that she doesn't understand that this is a problem. So yeah, let's look through some of these comments. Let's look through some of these comments. Okay. This part one person said, honestly, it's as strong as you allow it to be. Sure, you share blood, but the components of that blood long ago were metabolized and out of your system. Baby, this is not about taking it in like you eating a sandwich. This is not about metabolizing blood like it's a sandwich. We're talking spiritual, not biological functions. Blood is binding. It's binding. Okay. Okay. This is, yeah. Yeah. And of course, other people were just down here talking about, did you test his blood before y'all did it and all like that. But this is what I'm saying. And I get people have their own thoughts and opinions, but Q is telling you all, okay, understand that blood rituals are binding. And sometimes they can make other people either go cuckoo, make you go cuckoo, or you just start falling apart because energetically your energetics can feel the spiritual bond, the spiritual binding that's on you. And a lot of people act out that way. Okay. So him, after he had some of her blood, he thought it was a good idea back then. Okay. But now his spirit is trying to get out of this, which is the cheating. Okay. This is why, she's talking about his life is falling apart. He doesn't know who he is because his spirit is fighting the blood bond. Okay. That he initially wanted. So depending on the person is, especially, if they don't have a good mental state, certain things like magic and stuff like that, it isn't good. So this is she really needs to cleanse him and like reverse all of this. Ask her deity, ask somebody, but the ritual work needs to be to end this bond, to end the blood bond as best as possible. So cut the cords and all like that. But if you don't do anything about it, it's binding. It's binding unless you do something about it. Okay. But yeah, we're not gonna listen to this dummy right here. And yes, I said it. Because this is not about metabolizing the blood like it's food. It's not about that. We're talking about spiritual energy. And you can always tell people who um just say things to say things, right? So yeah, this is very interesting. This is very, very, very interesting. So mhm. Girl, L Boogie says the white kids did spit and blood rituals at my school all the time. They would go to the cemetery to do them. Listen, them kids haunted, okay? They haunted. They probably got some problems and they don't know where it's stemming from. Um, girl, I hope you stayed away from them because they're gonna have some problems if they don't have them already. They're gonna have some problems. Um, that yeah, yeah, I'm not doing that. The only time I go into a cemetery is for an actual funeral, and I make sure I am apologizing to these spirits for, walking near their headstones. But I'm just here for my person's funeral, and I apologize to them spirits. And baby, I gotta take a spiritual bath after I leave the cemetery. Okay, don't. Them kids haunted. Oh well. Natasha says people get their spiritual practice from TV shows. This is true. This is true. Many people do get their spiritual practices from what they see on TV. They sure do. They sure do. You know. Mm-hmm. Them folks said this too crazy for me. Yeah, girl. I hear you. I agree with this. Sexy RN says she doesn't want to end the bond. She wants him to choose her. That's probably why she hasn't. Yeah, I agree. Because if they all know this, she knows enough to where she can. She probably still loves him and all like that. She trying to work on it. Again, working on your marriage through therapy and counseling and stuff like that. Like all that is fine. Um, I advocate for, people who need help to actually seek help. But baby, this man, he's trying to escape and she don't know it. Or either she does know it and she not, paying no attention to it. But he's trying to escape. Mm-hmm. L Boogie says they had problems then and were weird yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Dimples Wimples, hey girl, said when I used to live in New Orleans, a lot of people would go to our cemetery for tours, and I would not ever go visit the cemetery unless a relative or friend passed away. Absolutely. You're not just walking up into that sacred ground, that spiritual place like that. Like I said, whenever I go to the cemetery, it's because I'm there for an actual funeral, and I am so apologizing to stepping, over these people's, heads and stuff like that. I am so sorry. I be apologizing to the spirits, in my mind and under my breath to let y'all know, like I'm not here disrespecting y'all. I'm just here for this funeral. I am so sorry. But yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do, and I like ghost tours and stuff like that. I've been to one like in Savannah, but baby, I ain't going in the cemetery for it. I look and see what's on that tour. If y'all got to go to the cemetery, I ain't going on this. Give me the one that's just a bus ride, but we can stop, and take pictures and stuff. But I ain't going into no cemetery. I'm not doing that. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the people that's resting there. But yeah, I know New Orleans. I know they do it. Yep, the dead belong with the dead and the living with the living. Yep. Yep. That's why like my pictures on my ancestor altar, they're all of them are deceased. I do not mix I don't have pictures of, the family member when they were alive, and someone who's dead. Like someone who's dead and someone who's alive, like I don't put those pictures up because just me, my belief is, it makes you really, really long for them and it makes them long to, kind of want to come back, let them rest. That's where they are. You will see them when it's your turn to transition. But yeah, the dead belong with the dead and living with the living. Okay. But yeah. There are some spirits out there that will attach themselves to you and it will be hard to turn and loose. Yep. Absolutely. That's facts. That's facts. Again, people like to play with stuff and just go ahead and play with it. But just know I'm gonna ask you some questions. Um, if you're doing something you're not supposed to be, and then come, asking for my assistance, especially if I didn't say it, So, it just is what it is. But let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So this was the blood bond. People out here blood bonding. And like I said, this was 3 days ago. You can see. So these are very, very recent. Now the next one, and I'm trying to be very gentle, but I don't know if it's a mental thing as far as processing information, or if this person was just trolling or not, but let's look at it. Okay. So this was from 4 days ago. This person asked, "What does quote that which controls creation can completely destroy it mean?" So I want you all to sit there with that for a moment. Hey Aries one. I want you all to sit with that, and I want you to think about that and you tell me what that means. That which controls creation can completely destroy it. I know y'all know what that means. And I know you all can process what that means. And please, please understand that I'm being very respectful when I say that sometimes some things aren't for certain people. And I say that with respect to people who may have um mental health issues, or people who learn differently from others, or who have learning um disabilities, or their cognitive functions aren't working properly. Magic is really not for those people, in my opinion, because there's already something going on um with how their brain and mind functions. So adding something else to that can sometimes prove to be difficult. Okay. So Natasha says, "Oh, heck no." Donna says, "Women give life so we can take it. That's not hard to grasp, at least for me." Yeah, yeah. And listen, um, again, I try not to come off as abrasive or judgmental, but I say this to say that, and for example, if you are talking with a spirit, for example, sometimes different spirits, especially spirits that have never been human, they don't know how to talk to humans. They don't know what the human experience is. So they will give you answers as riddles, or as parables, or as, things like that. It usually comes off as, why are you talking in code to me, spirit? Why are you just tell me straight up what I need to know? Um they speak like that. Again, especially spirits that have never been human. They don't they'll give you the answers, but it may be in a riddle or in a parable. So, and I say this to say, if this person can't understand this, then they may want to think about um how they move forward with things. Yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. Donna says, like most of the angels. Yes, many of the angels don't speak, you know, just as forward as you or I would speak. Sometimes they do speak in riddles. They give you the answer, but you have to be able to decipher the riddle that is the answer. Okay? So, if this person is having a hard time understanding this, um they may not understand other things, especially spirit work or working with like older books, because you know how people wrote and spoke, like in the Middle Ages and things like that. It's very different than how we speak now. So if this person is having a hard time with this, they may have a hard time with other things. Um, so yeah, let's take a look at some of the commentary here. So this person says, what does, quote, that which controls creation can completely destroy it mean? They said, I'm new to this stuff, so sorry if I sound stupid. So I was talking my Lamia Lilith post, and a user said that which controls creation can completely destroy it, and rather talking feminine about it and confused on what it means. Like, how can a divine creator also destroy? Imagine you being a divine creator and you can create all this stuff, but you can't destroy. Imagine that. And again, um, I find it interesting that this person kind of answered their question here. I find it interesting. Let me tell you, Reddit is a fun place to be. Like Reddit is a place where you go read stuff. Like if you have like some edibles, or you taking a couple of shots and you chilling for like the weekend, go read some stuff on Reddit because you're gonna laugh, you're gonna kiki, you're gonna ask some questions, things like that. It's a fun place to be if you don't mind just sitting and just reading things. It also makes you question humanity and like, why are we as humans here? Because some things are just absurdly basic. No, they just mean just in general. They don't understand if you can create, you can destroy. They don't understand what that means. Okay, L Boogie says when parents used to say, "I brought you into this world and I'll take you out." Yep, yep. Okay, so let's go down to it. And this person says it's exactly as it sounds. That which creates can also destroy. A god of life can be a god of death, right? The next person says, don't see what's so cryptic about that. It's pretty self explanatory. An author can burn their manuscripts, a painter their paintings, a god their creation, either in a sheer fit of madness or dissatisfaction with what they've made. We go down here, this person says, how can one be said to control something if they don't have the power to unmake that thing? If you can't truly end it, you don't control it. It's only cooperating with you. Okay. hmm In some traditions, the source of all life will also be the end of all life. The womb, where all things are born, is the place where all things die, life and death, creation and destruction, growth and decay. These are all things that are tightly bound to each other, cycles of existence that have no end. When one creates their own world, one has the power to completely destroy it. Write a story, then burn the pages. Build a statue out of clay, then smash it with a hammer. And this person right here is on the same mind as El Boogie. They said, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. Okay. So again, I know people are going to people. I know people are going to people. But again, this is why I say, and again, this is my belief, but this is a hill that I'm going to die on. That people who can't understand certain things, basic functions, um, because they may have special needs or issues that may need to be addressed professionally by mental health persons and things like that. I do not advocate for these people with these um issues that they need help with to work with magic. Them folks is child. And I agree, honey. I agree. Like I said, this is why I'm like this right now. Okay. This is my face right now, and I'm being as kind as I can. Okay. The universe does take us. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you know, Reddit is always the place to be. Reddit is also always the place to be. There's always something interesting happening here. Things that you can see yourself. So, but let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one is from 7 days ago. So before we get into it, let me show you the subject of this Reddit post. Can everyone see this? This is the subject of this Reddit post. Okay, this is a very interesting painting, portrait. This is very interesting. It's a little disturbing to me, but yeah, this painting is the subject of our next Reddit post. So, all right. This person says, "Need help. This painting is ruining my life. I think I painted a haunted painting. Need help." About 2 years ago, I was going through a really rough patch after a breakup and was feeling very low. I love to paint, but most of my paintings are not what I'd call very good. One night, I felt the urge to paint to distract myself. It was motivation I hadn't had in months out of nowhere. I just felt oddly compelled. I sat down and obsessed over this painting and finished it in one setting. I was shocked at how good it was and detailed compared to anything I had ever done before. Having finished and feeling tired, I went to bed. That night, I had a terrifying and vivid dream with the woman in my painting standing at the end of my bed, staring at me and saying something to me I don't remember, but I remember feeling scared. I woke up the next morning and it shook off. This is when things started happening in my home. The painting sits on an easel facing my bathroom. I started seeing a new girl. She came over one night. It was late and we were watching a movie. She went to the washroom. She came out white as a ghost, asking if that was me banging on the wall behind the mirror. I told her no. Yeah, yeah. Um, I told her no, there is nothing behind the bathroom wall. It's just brick. She refused to come over again. She said it was a loud pounding so hard the mirror was shaking. I've seen a few girls over the past few years since painting this, and every time they come over, it's the same thing banging on the wall behind my bed, bathroom walls, etc. I had never heard the banging myself, but decided to put the painting away in a closet one day because the stories were starting to freak me out. That night, I was woken up by a very loud banging on my wall right behind my head in bed. I looked up, and my dog was standing over me in bed with her paws on my chest, staring at the wall as if to protect me. I've never seen her do that before. The banging lasted about 20 seconds. It was very loud, like someone was trying to punch through my wall. It terrified me and my dog. The next day, I put the painting back on the easel, and I haven't experienced any banging since. But now things in my house disappear or are moved. This painting terrifies me, but I've never heard of someone painting something that invites a spirit that is clearly very possessive. I feel like I'm going crazy here. They didn't put this in their house, they painted it. They painted this. This person painted this photo. Okay. This person painted this photo. So they didn't put it in their house. I mean, they literally painted the photo, they painted this picture, and they keep it in their house. This person pulled a one and done, painted this in one sitting, and it's in their house on an easel facing their bathroom. Okay. Miss Anonymous said I can't even look at it. Super Spicy Spice is thinking about it. Dimples Wimples. Has he looked for vermin at all? Nope. hmm Dimples Wimples said I have no words. The painting was it was pointed towards his bathroom, okay? Because it says here, the painting sits on an easel facing my bathroom. So it says it here, okay? So I don't know if it's facing the bathroom but facing the mirror, or if it's facing the bathroom and it's facing the toilet, or I don't know how their bathroom is situated, but this is the easel is facing the bathroom, okay? Yeah. Yeah. This is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. Um, this is a lot. So, um, yeah, yeah, and this post had a lot of traction, a lot of comments. So it's 182 comments. Let's start by the oldest. Let's start with the oldest one. So 8 days ago, we're gonna go through these. Okay. They said maybe you captured what you were going through inside the painting. Maybe there's just negativity in there, right? Okay, but the person said that the original poster said that after they painted the painting, they did feel better. So they literally took out all of their sadness, depression, anger that came from the breakup because they were going through a rough time, and they painted it. It ended up going into this painting. This is why I tell you all, energy it doesn't just disappear. It transfers from one thing to another. And when you remove something, like when you're cleansing, you have to put up your protections and then fill the space with something else. Because when you have a void, right? Something has to come in and fill the void. It's just like um when there are shufflings around in an organization, you don't just have an organization without a CEO. If you get rid of one CEO, you have to find another CEO. You have to fill the empty space. Energy is the same way. They move the energy from themselves into this painting, but guess what? They kept the energy around. They kept the energy around. And I get it. They did the painting in one night. They were one and done, but they kept all of that. It's no point. It's just like if you have a dog and your dog takes a poo in the house on the carpet, you clean it up off the carpet, but you just sit it in the trash can. Eventually, that trash can is going to stink and it's going to affect your entire house. This is what happened here. This is what happened here. Not only this person is very powerful and they don't know it. This person needs to get rid of this painting. But there's an energetic attachment here, and this person really doesn't want to get rid of it. So we're gonna go through some of these comments. But yeah, this person is powerful. They didn't create it almost like a poltergeist. Created a spirit. Yep. Not Empress Key is saying stupid is what stupid does. Yeah, they're keeping it. They're keeping it from what I saw. But yeah, yeah. And they said all I know is that something is going on in my house since I painted that damn thing. Yeah, that's what you did, baby. You took all of everything that was inside of you, you put it into this physical object, and this energy is still emanating in your house. You feel better, but now your house is going through it and you going through it. Okay. Yeah. And another person says this painting doesn't have the best energy around it. It does not. To me, it looks like in all actuality, to me, it looks like what pop culture says an alien gray looks like. That's what it looks like to me, but that's just my thought around it. Yeah, this could be an unintended portal. Um, an unintended portal. Yeah, absolutely. This is a portal. This is a spirit. This is energetics. Um, yeah. So, this person says the original poster says, "I met a wonderful person, and her and I have been very happy together, but she's never experienced any of the noises. Thank God." I've told her the stories and she thinks it's a creepy painting, but hasn't experienced anything. That being said, my experience after I put the painting in the closet happened while we have been together. So it makes me think right now things are just calm but not open. Another person says, what if the painting was protecting you from potentially bad relationships by scaring away the other women? Yeah, that's a possibility too. That's a possibility too. But that thing is creepy. That thing is creepy. Um, yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, this is creepy, and that thing is not. That painting is not. That's not something that you keep in your house. It's not. People are saying burn it outside, do a cleansing of your house. I fully agree with that. Delete all pictures of it, including this post. I agree. And this person says, I don't think I could ever destroy it. Strangely enough, I'm very attached to it. People have told me to sell it, and I honestly don't think I could. Somebody burn it says burn it. I'm serious. Yeah, get rid of it. I yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it's definitely time to get rid of it. It's definitely time to get rid of it. But yeah, this is why, I keep telling people, people keep thinking that you get all of your power from something else. We are creators. Okay. We have the ability to create other life. Paper doesn't create more paper. Okay. Only the things that have the spark of life in it create. And that's usually biological. If we come from God and we have the ability to create, then why do you think you aren't powerful and you can't create something? But yeah, that's yeah. Listen, I'm all for this person burning it, getting rid of it, because why keep around? And this is just another question. Why keep around something that reminds you of super terrible times? Okay, so the trauma bonding. We're not going to trauma bond. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to keep the keepsake that reminds me of, you know, um, a time when I was super down. I'm not like me personally, I'm not doing that. I like to success bond, happiness bond, let's go have a great time together bond. I'm not keeping around something that reminds me of, for example, when I was SA'd. Like I'm not keeping that. That's me. That's just how my brain works. But this person is still attached to it. This person is still attached to it. They don't want to give up this picture. They don't want to give it up. Um, yeah, they don't want to give it up. They don't want to give it up, but it's very creepy and there's definitely energy. Um, yeah, I would say get rid of it and cleanse the house and put up protections. That's just me, but that's just me. I'm not here to keep problems around. Um, L Boogie says the painting looks like sorrow. Hey Jam. Yeah. Yeah. He says yeah. Donna says he still wants to keep it because he's energetically attached. Yeah, absolutely. That is very much anti-healing. I would agree. That is my opinion, and everyone else is entitled to their own opinion, but I would agree. You can't necessarily heal from where you were hurt and harmed, right? Yeah. Painting does look like sorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, yeah, very, 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 very interesting. But Reddit, this is Reddit. So okay, so let's get into this last one. Okay, let's get into this last one so I can let you all go. This is from 12 days ago. This person titled it with selling oils found in books. So this person is coming to magic and spirituality just to make a coin. And I have my head in my hands right now because this is part of the problem And this is why people who are legitimate spiritual workers get lumped in with people who are just out here just doing any damn thing. This person, based on this post, they just want to sell stuff. They just want to sell stuff without knowing how to, put things together. They just want to sell stuff. I mean, if they just want to sell something, they can go find some tummy tea. They can go find some tummy tea, okay, and join the MLM. They can find them some tummy tea to sell if they just want to sell something. Um, if they just want to sell something, I mean, yeah, find some tummy tea or find some Viagra, just something. Find something to sell, but don't come to. And this is the problem. This is why there are so many. And listen, there is a space for it. Obviously, I'm part of the space where, people are, part of the community. They teach, they learn, they teach other people, they help you learn, they create community, they help make things better, right? But it's done. Those of us who are doing it right, we do it with honor, right? We see it as sacred. We understand the calling, we understand the assignment, and we don't want to do anything to bring negativity upon it, right? But baby, if you just want to sell something, go find some. Do they still sell tummy tea? Go sell tummy tea, or go sell the latest snatch your waist girdle, or if you want to sell something, go get you some oranges, right? Go buy some oranges and stand on the side of the freeway and sell you some oranges. Okay, go find some oranges and sell these oranges on the side of the freeway. Go get you some corn and start making elotes and sell them on the side of the go barbecue some chicken, okay, and go sell it on the side of the road if you just want to sell something. Because eh, I mean, you here's what they can do. If they just want to sell something, go on Temu. Go on Temu or go on Alibaba, okay? And go order 1,000 of whatever the latest thingamajig is, and then set you up a drop ship site via Amazon or Etsy and sell all those 1,000 little thingamajig that you got on Temu for $5. Go sell that, okay? If you just want to sell some stuff, go do that. Go do that. Okay. Go. You know what? Go get a bunch of go find some decent ponytails. Advertise them to Sonia if you just want to sell something. Okay. A good ponytail. Now don't get the ponytails from Temu. Go actually get some good ponytails from a good vendor and then sell them. Go do that. Okay. Go do that. Sell bonnets, sell, press on nails, sell, uh, but don't just be out here. You just want to come to sacred practices just to sell shit. Like this is the shit I'm talking about. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I remember years ago, I was in conversation with another spiritual worker, and this spiritual worker said, right? This spiritual worker said that someone booked a consultation with them just to find out how they make their oils and what herbs to put in oils so that this person can turn around and sell oils. I bullshit you not. This is, and because of shit like this, is why people don't take those of us who are actual, real, serious spiritual work. This is why people don't take us seriously. This is why people think all of us are Miss Cleo or California psychics or some other dumb shit. It's people like this. It's people like this. It's people like this. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay. They want to sell oils found in books. Mhm. Yeah, Donna said that's why people don't share recipes either because of slimy people like this. Yeah, This is why people don't. Now, I have given you all a couple of recipes. The ones, I got a couple of them over there on Patreon. And I did give like the money drawing recipe in my other video because I really am trying to help people. Just like, with the spiritual bath series, I told you all, gave you all some recipes there because I really am trying to help. But I also know that people like this come to steal and they just want to sell things. Mhm. L Boogie says, then when they're around here with bald spots, no edges, limping on a walker, they'll be trying to get delivered. Shouldn't have been playing around. I agree. Hey, Lovejoy, be safe, boo. But yeah, but this is why. This is exactly why many of us don't share things. And I'm always hesitant going back and forth whether or not I should share something with, not saying you all, but share things with the public or give this because there are plenty of people. Okay. And we also see them here on YouTube. Ain't saying no names. Who will steal your content, who will steal whatever you have put out and just use it for themselves, not even giving any credit or hey, I found this here, go talk to this person, because this is where I learned it from. Go talk to them over here. Like they don't even do that. But a lot of people just want to, and I get it, we need money to survive in this world that we live in because we ain't all out here living off the fatter than the land. We like air conditioning. But this is why. This is why I'm very protective over things, and I'm protective over things. This is why I ask those of you who, if you paid for a class with me, the link is just for you, the paying people to look at, not to share with people, not to, give it away. There are some magicians who do put um curses on their products if people don't pay for it. So there are some magicians who put curses like on their books and stuff like that. So if you get a pirated book from some of these magicians and you didn't pay for it, if you like just downloading it off the internet, baby, the work ain't gonna work from you for you, and you might be cursed. There are some magicians that do that. Okay. This is why, like I said, and I don't do that. I've never had to resort to doing that with my work. But if there ever comes a time where people want to steal my work, then baby, I'll have to do it. But I know y'all not gonna do that to me. But I'm just letting y'all know. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this. This person said, and listen to their name. Their Reddit name is Dismal Sorcerer. I think we can see, just the energetics of who this person is by their name. There's a lot that goes into a screen name. You can choose joy or happiness or love or that type of energy, or you can be a dismal sorcerer like this, or you can be a dismal sorcerer. So, dismal sorcerer is out here being dismal. But yeah, so this person says, so I want to start making and selling magical oils and incenses. The one question I have is about the source of the recipes. A lot of oils and incenses I know and make all come from other people's books and recipes. Would making and selling items with recipes found in other books be considered plagiarism or intellectual theft? Baby, so you making things. So have you not learned anything at all to just come up with some. You ain't picked up, you ain't even read on the internet, different properties of, you just want to sell other people's shit. You just want to sell other people's shit. And the fact that you are coming here asking this, I think you already know the answer. But let's see. Someone says, as someone who makes their own oils and has many years of experience doing so, I will caution you that a lot of recipes which you find in books are inauthentic, inappropriate, or incomplete. I work within the hoodoo conjure root work tradition and have inherited some of my recipes and extensively researched old formularies to get other recipes. I also have strong knowledge of the plant and curio lore within the tradition. So this person has researched, has read, has studied plants and animals and the natural world. So this person is making their own. I'm fine with that. This person says what I often see printed in books are recipes for conjure oils, which contain herbs and roots inappropriate to the purpose of the oil, or recipes missing key ingredients, and in some cases, recipes for well-known formulae that are just wrong. And this is facts, especially as it pertains to conjure and hoodoo. Especially as it pertains to conjure and hoodoo. Y'all keep buying them books by them white folks. You supposed to be going to your ancestors, asking them to lead you, okay, to learn. Go study in nature. Go study in nature. Plants and animals, they have their own energetic signatures, and usually with what the plant does or how it looks or what the animal does, you can tell the energetic signature of it. It's called law of signatures. You can tell. This is why I see these dummies out here talking about they going it's just intent and I'm gonna use bleach in my love spell. Okay, baby. Sure. Bleach is to clean and get rid of stuff. But okay, sure. 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 Okay. But this person is right. Natasha says he needs to get some doTERRA oils and sell that. Right. 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 hmm Dim folks said he does. All the years of learning herbs, trying the oil out in your own practice, tweaking your own recipes, building an apothecary. Nah, let me get some olive oil and rosemary and sell it. Yep. They don't, a lot of people don't want to do the work. A lot of people don't want to do the work. I have, listen, when I give you all like workings and stuff, it's workings I have done. When I have given you all recipes, like my money drawing recipe, it's a money drawing recipe that I have been using for years, okay, that I have tweaked, okay, and that I write down my results every time I'm using it. So I can tell you, like, I don't just pick stuff up out of the book, like, yeah, I'm gonna sell. Like, I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay. A lot of people want fast and cheap and easy. You can't take the short road when it comes to magic and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. Yep, you've seen it on Etsy. I have to. But yeah. So this person continues to say, so before you begin making and selling oils, I would advise you to get a really good grounding in the herb lore of the tradition that you follow. Remember, people, I keep telling you all, magic is not one big nigger. Magic is not one big magic. Asian magic is different from hoodoo. Santeria is different from voodoo, right? Celtic work is different from, all what Australian Aboriginals may do. There is no one big magic. Okay? It's not. And even in certain traditions, there are certain paths because families are different. Okay? This is why, just picking up the book of Wicca spells, Wicca spells don't apply to hoodoo. Wicca herb use does not apply to hoodoo. Okay? It doesn't. So just creating some stuff or, make sure you're following stuff in whatever tradition you're in. This is why you have to identify a tradition and a path that you want to work in and learn, and then learn that path because everything does not cross culturally apply. Okay. Donna says every time she says one big nigga, I swear I fall out every. Yeah, I mean, but I'm just being serious because, and we see this like even with like the Caribbean, right? Every time someone says I'm Caribbean or I'm from the Caribbean, the first thing a lot of dumb people say is, "Oh, are you Jamaican?" The Caribbean is not one big Jamaica. It's not. There are a bunch of countries there. Same thing when they say, "I'm African." Okay, what country are you from? Let's start there. What country are you from? Okay, let's get the nationality down before we start going into like your tribe or things like that. Same thing with magic. It's not one big nigga. Okay, it's not, but it's not. Mm, It's not. Same like I said, same thing with magic. Same thing with people. I'm African, baby. Can we can we start? Give me a region. Are you sub-Saharan or not? Let's start. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but a lot of people think this. You have to. That's why I can look at stuff and tell like if a recipe has like non-traditional, like if a hoodoo recipe has non-traditional foolishness in it, I can look at them and tell because I'm like, baby, okay, the pink people didn't got a hold of that, and this is something from a pink person. I can normally tell. I can normally tell. Okay, but yeah, so this person right here is telling them what to do. And again, you need to get a really good grounding in the herb lore of the tradition that you follow. Really pick those recipes apart and make sure that all the ingredients work together and work for the stated purpose of the oil. Okay. This is another thing. If you're making things, you need to make sure that they work together. Okay. There are multiple money drawing herbs. Pick the ones, that work for the oil. But you don't just pick a bunch of different stuff and just put it into something. You will be making like white people goulash or something like that. We don't do that. Um, so they said just because something is printed in a book doesn't make it worth the paper it's printed on. Absolutely. You need to be confident that what you are selling is of good quality and is fit for purpose. So do your due diligence. Okay. And this is the answer right here. All of this is the answer right here. But see, this person that said that their username is not Dorian Gray. So if you know anything, that's a very fitting name, especially as it pertains to Dorian Gray. Okay. Okay. This person said they work within the Greco, Egyptian, and European grimoire traditions and have a strong knowledge of the corresponding ingredients in their oils, incenses, and curios. So I'm on the same wavelength as you. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's what you said, but you acting like you ain't know. So why you think you can sell someone else's intellectual property is interesting to me. I mean, you say you work within the tradition. I'm never gonna be out here selling something that's not mine. Like I would never do that. I'm not gonna y'all know even on Patreon, I told you all where I find stuff. I make sure I say the person's name and I put the link so you can go look at it yourself. I don't claim none of them people's stuff as my own. I don't do that. I don't do that. Jam says I'm late, but my goodness, hollering. Yeah. Mhm. Right. But see, Donna, people don't even know what Bayesian is. People don't even know what Bayesian is. I know what Bayesian people don't even know what Bayesian is. They don't know. They don't know because the only country that they know in the Caribbean is Jamaica, maybe the DR, maybe, but I'm pretty sure it's Jamaican. Everybody don't eat jerk chick. Everybody's not Jamaican, okay? But yeah. Yeah. Now they lying. Now they're lying. Now they lying because baby, if you even wanted to be legit and have a respectable practice, you wouldn't even came on here asking this. You already know. You already know. You already know. Um, and this person down here tells them, develop your own repertoire rather than relying on other people's work. There's often a lot of interpretation that goes into things anyway. And that's facts. And that's facts. This person just wants to sell things. And I get it. Maybe you want to start transitioning your spiritual gifts to help you make a little bit of extra money. There's nothing wrong with that. But baby, use your gifts. Don't use your gifts. It's no different than when I see people online all the time saying, "Hey, I'm a tarot reader and I have a client. Can you interpret these cards for me so that I can have an answer for my client?" Baby, that's spiritual fraud. That's spiritual fraud. It's spiritual fraud and energetic theft. Okay? Y'all know when y'all have readings with me, especially when it's on Zoom, I'm just sitting there myself with the cards. Y'all see me, but there's a bunch of people out here who just trying to do some anything for coins. Who just will do some anything for coins. So yeah, y'all, that was pretty much what I had, that was pretty much what I had for you all. Let me make sure I change myself back, baby. Let me change myself back to cute me because they had me effed up. Let me go on and okay. Let me change myself back. Let me change myself back, baby. Because yeah, but yeah, Reddit is very very interesting. Reddit is a very interesting place, and you can find all manner of conversations there. But yeah, I just for some people I repeat things too much, but I'm gonna always keep repeating the same things. That I am an advocate for spiritual education. I'm an advocate for having a spiritual foundation in the magical path that you are practicing, of knowing what you are doing, of knowing what you want so you can write your request out perfectly, putting up your protections, not doing things willy-nilly. I'm an advocate for all of this because your life and your magic will be so much better when you implement all of these things. Okay? So yeah. With that being said, I'm going to let you all go. And I appreciate you all being here with me for this little interesting session of going through these spiritual posts from Reddit. And I will be back tomorrow. We may do a Q&A session tomorrow. We may do a Q&A session tomorrow. Um we may do a Q&A session tomorrow. Um The full moon is next week, so I'm getting the full moon chart together for you all, so we can go over the full moon chart together next week. Q&A session is probably going to be tomorrow. Um, it's been real quiet out here, for the past few days in these YouTube streets, so I'm happy about that. I ain't have to whip out no cards on nobody, so I'm happy with that. Um, So yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to, get back into the astrology stuff because baby, when I took them 2 weeks off, I've been lazy. I'm being honest, I've been lazy. So I gotta get back into my astrology and coming up with the charts and stuff for you all. But yeah, the full moon chart analysis, that's gonna be coming soon. Tomorrow we're probably gonna do a Q&A where you get to ask Q some of anything. Anything is gonna go, it's gonna fly. So stay tuned for that. But I love you all. Thank you for being here with me. I'm about to go jump back into the chat on Patreon. So I will see you all later. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves. Okay. And we'll reconvene tomorrow, baby.